Derby County Cricket Club was founded in 1870 and have come a long way since then with many ups and downs. Unfortunately, the club has recently been experiencing some financial difficulty, giving us the opportunity to enter an innovative way of thinking in order to create appropriate suggestions to raise the £500,000 required by the club. It is important for the club to raise this money to be able to recycle the money back into the club and turn over more profit.
Innovation is a vital factor in achieving success within any company. Companies achieve competitive advantage through these acts of innovation. Chef and Ram proposed a model which shows 4 reasons as to why innovation is needed for organisations. Technological advances, the changing business environment, changing customers and needs, and intensified competition are all drivers for the need to innovate for organisations. With regards to Derbyshire County Cricket Club, they are desperately in need for change in order to generate a revenue sum of £500,000 over the course of a year. As the cricket club is only in use for 40 days of the year, it is essential the cricket club change the business environment to make the cricket club as useful as possible for the remaining 325 days of the year. Additionally, the cricket club are currently in the midst of intensified competition with locations such as Durham, Leicestershire and other teams within the league to generate money for the club.
First, we came up with 3 ideas that will help the cricket club raise money for their funds. The first idea was to have a bonfire, and the idea behind this was that once a year you would have a bonfire, and you would get the customers to pay admission. You'd get them to pay a parking fee, or perhaps not as an incentive to go. You would have food and drinks available, so you would have maybe a barbecue and drinks, and you would also have the advantage that Markeaton Park has recently cancelled their event because of lack of funding from the council. We could use the leisure use it as a leisure centre using the sports hall. Basically we could have the schools going there, so we could have 5 to 11-a-side sports games, and we could also have food and drinks on offer to the families, and also a friendly zone for the kids. This is so that it's no alcohol zone. Our third idea was to get Derby football away fans to go to the cricket club before and after the game. This would help generate money through park and ride and also food and drinks. This also helps the police with crowd control, and also there is no current pubs offering this currently. So Derby Cricket Club would have a unique advantage over the rest.
Now that we understand why the innovation is needed and what our ideas are, it is now possible to process these ideas through the innovation model suggested by Tid and Passant in 2005. This model helps us narrow our ideas down to recognise which ideas are most viable. The first part of this model is asking how we can find opportunities for innovation, and this is partly answered when applying the club to the needs of innovation model suggested by Chef and Ram. Realising the club only uses the pitch and some of their resources for limited times of the year gives us the opportunity to consider what else could be done for the rest of this time. So what are we going to do? As mentioned previously, we have produced 3 ideas: forming the leisure centre, the bonfire night event, and sorting events for away fans on Derby Football Club's home games. In terms of implementing these ideas and recognising the benefits, the leisure centre will be organised by researching when the sports hall is available and making bookings within those slots. This can benefit due to the fact that the sports hall will always be getting used, especially through the summer season when the players aren't training in there as much. However, with the players training in there throughout the winter could slow profits during this season. The bonfire night will be a ticket event with food and drink available. Benefits include a good event representing the club, and although it can only be held for 1 night a year, which isn't sufficient in terms of turning over such a large target of profit. And for the final idea, it came to our attention that away fans have nowhere to go once the game has finished. So by holding a venue for them to meet after with potential transport benefits the club by generating money through the bar and can be held weekly, although this will only be possible during football season.
I'm applying these ideas to the DEFA model. Idea 1. So the demand for this idea will be there as the annual display at Markeaton Park will no longer go ahead because of the council cutbacks. Therefore, people will go elsewhere to watch the fireworks and have a nice night out. So by the cricket club doing this, it will attract these people. Innovation. This idea is not that innovative as it's a simple idea, but there's a big opportunity to hold this annual bonfire night as Mark Eaton is no longer doing it. So it will bring in more money through tickets, food, drink and car parking, etc. Feasibility. This shouldn't be a problem as it won't be a problem for the venue to hold such a thing as it has more than enough free space and capacity. Also, the cost won't be much of a factor. The attraction. This factor will be determined by the local community who attend the bonfires annually and who don't mind the location because the venue is more than attractive to hold this event. People who regularly attend will still come for the event. Idea 2. The demand for this should have a lot of demand as it will be the only venue in Derby so the away fans can go have drinks before the game so they can relax and have no worries before the game. Also, they can come by car and choose the park and ride system. Therefore, the cricket club can make more money from the food, drinks and parking. The innovation. This idea is innovative as there is no place in Derby that does this. So by creating this idea, it will be unique and will be a good source of making money. Feasibility. This shouldn't be a problem to hold as the venue is big enough for this and it won't cost much as the fans are just coming for the food and drinks, so no major costs. The attraction. The away fans will be attracted to this as they have somewhere where they can get together and relax and have a good time before the game and have no worries. Idea 3. The demand for this idea will come from schools who want to provide more activities for the kids and they need more halls, so they will go to the cricket club for this, and by turning it into a leisure centre, other events could be held here as well. The innovation. This is innovative as the halls are not being used too much, and by doing this it will help provide more income for the cricket club and make the halls useful. Feasibility. This will not be a problem to hold as it won't cost anything as the halls are already there. The attraction. Local schools will want to come use the leisure centre to use the equipment and resources that are provided. Some critical points of these. Idea 1. The turnout might not be as good as location may put people off, or they may not be informed properly about the location. Idea 2. This may not be the best idea as away fans may cause trouble as if it's a local derby. And finally, idea 3. This may not work because of the competition and other local.
Based on the fun analysis, the bonfire night may not be as viable as other two options. The leisure centre and the football events will work well together due to the leisure centre only being available throughout summer and the football events only being available throughout winter could work well together in order to provide an income for the club throughout the year. When applying the final two ideas to the Boston growth matrix, the football events is proving to be a cash cow. This is because although market growth would be low, the idea has potential to progress its market share relatively high due to no other competitors. The leisure centre, however, unfortunately appears to be a dog. Because the hall is only small and can only run for part of the year, market share will be minimum, and because of high competition within the area, market growth will also be low. Analysing these findings has made it possible to funnel our ideas even further towards one final idea that is more sufficient.
The diffusion model is basically the model for how you keep the initial idea you had growing and keeping the revenue and the amount of customers so it becomes sustainable over time. How it applies to the second idea we had, which was the away fans idea, was growing it using social media such as Facebook, football fans, forums and club websites to advertise this idea to away fans coming to Pride Park for an away day, also mentioning the benefits and the fact it was a unique service within Derby.
As the video created, the cricket club are in desperate need to generate more money into the club through the use of a range of ideas our group has suggested. We have discussed a range of ideas and analysed both the positive and negatives to all of these ideas. After applying appropriate models and theories to all three, we filtered the ideas down and agreed upon the football away fans idea. After the use of Chef and Ram's funneling model, we disposed of the bonfire night idea as this can only be produced on one night of the year. Then through the use of the Boston growth matrix model, we clearly identified the football away fans idea as a cash cow with room possessing a high market share, and unfortunately the leisure centre idea was regarded as a dog with possessing a low market share and the potential of low market growth. Therefore, as a group, we decided the best viable option for Derbyshire County Cricket Club to move forward and progress is to focus their attention on the football away fans idea.